Welcome to In the Garden. We're going to talk about weeds and weed controls on this session. And with all the rain in eastern New Mexico and West Texas, we're going to have a lot to talk about in a very short period of time. So thanks for joining. So today we're talking about weeds right now. I want to identify what I'm mostly seeing in people's yards. Of course, there's dandelions, spurge is going already, crabgrass. We've also got a lot of henbit still going on. Grass burrs are coming in. We've also got what I consider a weed problem. A lot of people don't because they like the way it blooms, but that's part of the problem, and that's purslane. So you can buy a basket full of it over at Lowe's, and then it'll just start seeding all over for you, and you'll get your population. So talking about that many different types of weeds, we've got two different ways of solving the problems. First of all, I always tell everybody, let's start out with pre-emergence. This is the one I go to and go with. This is Pro Turf Weed Out by Fertilome because it kills living weeds. It fertilizes and it prevents weeds. So we have covered that in another episode before, but there again, this is part of how we have to do it to get the right results. Now, if you don't want to use any fertilizer in there, this is the other pre-emergence called Dimension. And it's fantastic because it does crabgrass, all your broadleaf weeds, but there's no fertilizer in it, and there's no active weed killer in it. So this is for folks that already have kind of a nice established yard. We don't want any more fertilizer on it, so they go with the Dimension, and it's a fantastic product. It really is. Of course, they're all applied with the spreaders. Now, let's get into killing the actual weed problems. Now, my favorite on the broadleaf weeds is 2,4-D amine, and this is the number 4, so that's 40%, which without a license, this will be as large a container as you can purchase and still be legal. It's not that this is as dangerous as everybody makes it out to be, but it's become a topic of interest. So this would mix at 2 tablespoons in a gallon of water, which is this size sprayer right here. Pump it up, put that in there, and of course my surfactant is back over there. So spreader sticker I always use, whether it's pesticide or weed killer, definitely makes a big difference, especially considering all the afternoon showers and things like this. Now, this is going to control bindweed, dandelion, bull thistle, and all of this stuff is cranking right now. So literally, when you see these purple flowers along everybody's front curb line or bar ditch, and I mean they're just full of thorns, that's your bull thistle. And you better get that under control. This year it's the real deal. It is going to be absolutely cranking. And it's not very friendly to kids either. It does hurt. But here's your best product on this type of stuff. That's the 2,4-D product. Now this Weed Out is still a 2,4-D type product, but it's a lower percentage. So there's a lot of folks that have a better comfort level using this. This is going to go more like 3 tablespoons in a gallon of water. But what we like about this is that word Trimec. I don't know if is the camera going to be able to pick that up or not. Now Trimec, that's what I like because that's what's in my commercial product, Triad Select. Now what's great about this one is it kills grass weeds and broadleaf weeds. So you don't have to make a second application. This is a fantastic product. Now we want to use them, both of these products, anytime we're spraying. Okay, so let's show them how much wind we got right now is about 5 miles an hour. Okay, it's safe enough to spray while the wind's blowing like this. But now once it gets up to 10 to 15 miles an hour, you got to get real careful. The spreader sticker does, again, surfactant, makes it go down and stick. So you've got some safety there. But overall, you want to try and get it done in a calmer part of the day, whether that's early morning or late evening. But always our rules on applying these things, whether it's pre-emergence or liquid weed killers, mow the yard first, water the yard first, then apply your product so that it can sit before you start resuming watering in about 24 to 48 hours. Now over here, this last product is only grass weed killer. But what's really great about this is that it can be used. So many people get this nut sedge. Let me look over here, Mike. I think I might have saved some to show. So a lot of people call it water grass. Can you see it? Right in here. That's our water grass. So I'm going to use Roundup on mine. But if you've got it in your yard, the grass killer is the best to go with. Now again, we're not getting paid anything to represent these products, or I'm just talking about them because this is what I use. So these are wonderful products and they're the right thing to be using. I don't think you should have any hard times finding this. This is really good common stuff that these good stores are selling. If I come and spray for you, I'm using the Triad Select, which now it's the same product. It's going to be, when I finish this container, Speed Zone, same identical stuff. So that is going to be the comparable. Me using this is going to be like you using this. I do always caution people on the drift, and you're not up here spraying like this. You're down here with a motion of where, okay, I'm pumped up and I'm spraying. So this is an even application, smooth, steady. We're not soaking, we're just misting. And this is the tempo right here. This is your pace. And you'll notice again, I'm doing about a 5 to 6 foot wide path. And then you get down here, you make your pivot, and you're coming back this way. But see, I'm not going to wand it out here and get my shrubs and flowers, because that will kill them. I mean, it'll definitely kill them or burn them. So I'm staying very focused. I call it's kind of like doing surgery. You're staying focused and you're making sure you're walking a straight path. And then you come down here and you're getting ready to pivot again. And you get this, you stop spraying, you rotate over, and here we go again. I'm sitting here talking about dandelions. Looky there. Got a couple of beauties right there. The reason I want to get you onto this pre-emergence program is, just like I said, probably our first show, I bet you, Mike, was pre-emergence. Because if you don't start fighting the problem now by stopping the seed, you're going to have a real uphill battle. Stuff germinates around here all the time. And the rain is only going to accelerate it.
But what are we talking about in terms of the effect that rain has on the acceleration of the weed problem?
Massive. It really accelerates it, because now everything's going to seed out and it's going to blow up and down your streets out here like a river. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have your pre-emergence down, it's going to end up in your grass.
Right.
So see, that's why I'm always telling people, I use a form of pre-emergence every 90 days on my yard and bed areas.
So if you've had a lot of rain and you've been dealing with that, when it comes to the product you're talking about, what's the difference in applying that when it's rained compared to if it hasn't rained?
Well, the moisture makes it really actually work better. Okay. That's why we talk about mow first, water first. So mow first, rain first. The moisture, if you've got a dry weed, that weed's already in, I call it protect mode. It's shut down. It's trying to not take anything in or give anything out. So once it gets the moisture on it, I would say right now, if I had a bunch of weeds growing in this grass out here, I'd probably come out and spray your yard today. You got to believe that if you've already got the weeds in there, don't use that answer, oh, it's just going to rain anyway. Well, spray it, and if you still got weeds in 10 days, spray it again.
I don't know, talking from maybe a naive, innocent perspective. maybe people believe that if it's raining all the time and they're putting product down, it's somehow going to dilute that product.
Well, of course it dilutes it. But that's the reason you buy more than just enough to spray one time.
Right.
Or like this pre-emergence, either one of these bags is going to do 8,000 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
If you have no grass at all, then I'm going to tell you to go in and use Kill Raw Roundup.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I use on my alley. Let me show you how clean this thing is.
All right.
So this is all Roundup. And I know I've got to do it again. Again, it's been raining. But see, I'll do this, and I do my neighbors too. So it's time for me to hit it again. But that's only, I haven't done any of this for a month and a half.
Wow.
Maybe 2 months. But a reason I like it is because when we start talking about bugs again, if you've got all this weed debris out here, that's where your bugs are going to come from. This absolutely will probably last the average homeowner a year, 2 years. Whatever green leaf it touches, it kills. So if I spray my good grass, I'll kill it. When I do my shrub bed areas, I'm real close, I'm real careful, I'm on the ground. I don't get it on my good foliages. I keep it just where it's got to be. And man, does it work good. But I'm due. See, here's this purslane, or spurge trying to come on right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting ready to redo that. I'm looking to see if I can find any of that purslane. I know we've got some coming up, but this is just your common ragweed. But see, this again, it's been a month since I sprayed this, Mike. More than likely. My poor hosta got destroyed by the hail.
Oh no.
Bummer. And then my golden vicary over here. They smell so good. I wish I'm hoping you're working on smell-o-vision. He's the best producer in the world. I figure if anybody can figure it out, Mike can. It's great to have the rain though. You know, I'm not gonna complain. Does rain create accelerated growth? Absolutely, yeah. And I would say you're gonna need to really fight the weeds to keep the insects down. I mean, that's really the motto I would be thinking right now.